It's definitely a lot nicer after being in. Where were we yesterday?
The train.
The train.
We stumble around trying to wake up in the morning to catch our bearings. We slowly get some breakfast and jump on our bikes headed towards Nha Trang. We plan to stay off the main roads and stay right on the coastline for some better riding. First thing we headed out of Moi Nhi, we get flagged down by a policeman. Shit. Good way to start the morning. He asks us for our license, and to his surprise we give him our international driver's license. He's never seen these before and was really confused. He was even wondering where we even got them. This conversation took place through Google Translate, making it really interesting. But he let us go without a fine. The other guys that got pulled over after us were pulling out their wallets, handing over some cash. And we took off smiling like we just got a get out of jail free card. We passed by white sand dunes rolling by us for miles. Some of them are washing away the road and covering it with parts of the dunes. The ride is beautiful. It doesn't get much better than this. We passed through the arid desert and stopped for some lunch at a small fishing village. The next section of road is called the Dragon's Graveyard. It's appropriately named. The road followed the steep shore's edge of the ocean, twisting and turning through switchbacks and hills that dropped us down to small hidden beaches locked into the cliff's edge by massive boulders bigger than houses. It truly was amazing. Some of the funnest riding I've ever done, besides wanting to pull over every 2 minutes to take pictures because the views were so incredible. We rode till the sun went down and we finally pulled into Nha Trang, a big beach town, to find our hostel. We wander the city for a bit to figure out what we want to do tomorrow. We decide we will stay a day here because there's just so much to do. We end up at Crazy Kim's bar, which was very appropriately named. If you order a drink, you just get the bottle with a cup and some ice, so you can pour your own. Damn. The shots started, and the beer was cheap. The night escalated quickly. The next morning, we got up, wandered the city, and spent some time on the beaches. And it was really pretty, but the city, it just didn't have very much personality, so we just decided to move on. We woke up early and loaded the bikes and hit the road. We're headed away from the coast up into the mountains. As we get out of the town, the roads get narrow and the cliff edges begin to grow at the shoulder of the road. Not much room for error. Trucks and cars sporadically scatter along the weaving cliff roads. We climb high quickly, bouncing off potholes and dirt sections of road as parts of the road got swept away in landslides. It's a long ways down. Curve after curve, we climb an 11% grade, shooting up past cars and trucks, slowly bouncing up the road. It's super sketchy. We were going way too fast, but the adrenaline was just too much fun. As we get to the top of the mountain pass, we start seeing coffee plantations mixed into the jungle landscape. We stop at a coffee bar to get some fresh coffee. Wow, best coffee we've had so far. We reflect on the close calls we had along the way here. We wander around Dalat and get some good photos and try some street food, including chicken feet and some kind of meat skewers. In need of a beer, we find a maze bar where the entry requirements is you have to buy a drink to get entry to the maze. It's a large building that has caves and tunnels built into like caverns winding up. It's like Alice in Wonderland meets Hobbit hole. But crawling through the tunnels and the holes, we make it to the rooftop bar. This place is actually a pretty good blast. We bounce into a few other bars, but the nightlife here is pretty limited. We call it early so we can get up and ride in the morning. We wake up and plan our day to hit some waterfalls in the area. The first falls we get to is Baude Falls. It's pretty amazing. The falls split off and has about 6 different chutes of water crashing down over the edge. We climb down the path to get as close as we can swinging like Tarzan on some of the vines that were hanging down from the tree's canopy above. We were the only ones there. I didn't see how it was possible, but the place was amazing. Felt so lucky to get that opportunity, so we climbed back up to the top of the falls to look down from above. The chocolate water spilled over the edge, mixing with the green-brown water of the lake below. The next falls we ride to is Elephant Falls. You have to pay to enter, but it seems pretty neat, so we get our tickets and climb down to check out the falls. This place was equally as awesome as the first place. The boulders below it were so huge we were able to climb under and through some to get right under where the water was crashing to the ground. Jumping from rock to rock on the slippery surfaces, we have some fun. Even had to do some rock climbing to get to some of the spots. We meet some other travelers from Germany who just got bikes. We make some plans to meet up with them later at the bar. We grab some dinner and head back to the Maze Bar to meet our new German friends for some beers and to see who can find the octopus in the basement. Leaving Dalat, we head towards Bù Măn Thuột, a fairly large town that is the main coffee exporter of Vietnam. We're in coffee country. We take a few breaks here and there as it's a 6-hour ride. We stop at Drainier Waterfalls on the way. The river was moving so fast and shooting water off the steep ledge in many different directions. Most of it crashes down on the rocks below, others sputtered off into the green-blue water below. This was a good stop at the waterfalls to wander around after riding most of the day. We gotta stretch our legs a little bit. After a long day ride, we finally get to Bù Măn Thuột and we just crash. We grabbed some snacks and some beers and call it early so that way we could get up and ride in the morning because we have another long ride tomorrow. This was an amazing stretch of mountain roads and would highly recommend getting off the standard backpacking route through Vietnam and get to experience the quieter side of Vietnam. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you won't miss out on episode 3. Hit that like button and let us know what you think in the comments.